Hello, my noble band of outlaws. Outlaw Samurai with...
Geekapidea, currently rising from the ashes. I'm just raising up my wheelchair.
He's on drugs, just never mind.
Yeah.
We just currently went to see Kong and Godzilla.
Oh, Godzilla. Oh.
That's what I said.
The new empire.
Alright, so this is going to be our first impressional review of this movie. Personally, I like the first movie better than this.
Really?
Yeah, just simply because it felt like I was watching like the OG Kong versus Godzilla, but remastered.
Yeah. And I see what you mean there, but I think I might have to disagree with you. I think I like this one better than the first Godzilla vs. Kong. Only because this one seemed a lot more story-focused, and it helped expand the lore of the Monsterverse, which has honestly been something that I've really wanted in the Monsterverse.
Hold this for a moment.
Yeah.
And I can see where you're coming with that, but at the same time, while I do like the story-focused aspect, with me, I would have preferred... I like the monster fight, okay? I'm just going to say it. I like the monster fight.
Yeah.
Right? And here's what I would have wanted to see. Warning that we do spoilers in this.
Yeah, spoilers. If you haven't seen it yet, you don't want spoilers, leave.
When Shimo throws over Star King, I would have actually liked to see, like, Mini Kong break the controlling crystal, and then Kong, he dislocates one of Star King's joints, or maybe even Godzilla just stomps Star King, and Kong takes his axe and just decapitates it.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think that would have been too brutal for Kong, though?
Kong literally ripped the head off a warbat and ate its brain.
That is true. Never mind. Then this one, he ripped like a hyena in half.
Yeah. Which, I actually love how they have Kong just do, like, human shit. Like, he's covered in hyena blood, and then, like, I gotta shower.
Yeah. With this one and the last one, I thought, man, I loved how they made Kong and all the monsters much more like human-like. Like they have these different expressions to where even though they don't talk, you can still understand what they're feeling and, in a way, what they're saying.
Now, here's the thing that I wish we saw more of. A little bit more of the Godzilla versus Tiamat fight.
Oh, Tiamat?
Tiamat fight.
Yeah, I kind of agree there. It just kind of felt like Godzilla goes in there, Tiamat gets in a few hits, and then Godzilla just lays waste.
Pretty much. And this is something that comic books only fans will know, but in the comic books, Tiamat actually almost kills Godzilla.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm only well versed in the movies.
By suffocating him by covering his gill slits.
Is that what?
Yeah, that's what the hood was.
Okay, I thought.
But in the comics, Godzilla didn't get the previous nuke boost that he had in the movie.
Yeah, I'm not really informed about the comic lore as I am about the movies. So I didn't know that.
Well, I watch a lot of the YouTube channel Dangerville.
I might have to go check it out.
Which do reviews on the Monsterverse comics.
Okay, that's really cool.
But overall, for the overarching movie, I'd have to give it at least a 10.
I gotta give it a 10 as well.
There was no part that I could really criticize.
Me neither. Like, even, this is a big thing for me, the human characters felt like such an improvement over the last couple of movies.
The last couple of movies, well, they focus mainly on the monsters, but yeah, the human characters actually proactively do something. And my favorite part is when they're gearing up Kong with the mecha fist and they start playing, shouting. No, it was like, I was made for loving you. They fucking play Kiss in this.
It was awesome.
Which for Gen Z, this is a benefit to your life. Learn what Kiss is.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of the humans, even though like I thought they were like a big improvement. Oh, thank you. I feel like though there wasn't a lot of them, which I remember back when Godzilla vs. Kong, the first one was released. The director of the movie said that he was interested in making a movie with no humans in it. Like it was literally just be monsters. And I wonder if this is like like him trying to do that.
Well, here's what I think. I think the director noticed that the human characters weren't playing a big supporting role, which, generally speaking, human characters in Godzilla films, even if we look back at the old Toho films, while they did play important roles, it was mainly to get other monsters to help Godzilla team up.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I don't know if this was just me that noticed this, but I feel like, I wonder if like Gia is gonna be like, is like the MonsterVerse version of the two fairies that were always around Mothra. Because remember in the old movies, Mothra always had these two fairies around her?
Yeah. I don't really know if she's going to be the fairy character, because it would make more sense if she was an Iwi priestess than a fairy.
That, or like the new lead.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of Gia, she's the chosen one in this movie and in the MonsterVerse. So she's probably the most important human character.
Pretty much. And there's another thing that I really wanted to have seen. At the end of the movie, it ends with Kong raising the axe and roaring. But here's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Kong walk through like the subterranean new home of the apes. And walk through, and all the apes just bow down to him.
Yeah.
As he sits upon the throne with Shimu behind him and Mini Kong at his side holding his axe.
Yeah, I can see what you mean, but I kind of like the ending because to me it kind of showed that Kong was just proving to them, like, I'm not going to be another Star King. Like, Star King was this horrible, brutal dictator, like person who they all feared with every breath in their body. And Kong wanted to show them, I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be more benevolent.
True, but Kong could still have done that. Like, he goes to the throne and he sits down, and then they all start cheering for him. Like, because he already helped one of the Kongs previously, so they know that he's not going to be like Star King.
Yeah. But speaking of Star King, he might be the most expressive monster yet.
Oh, no doubt.
He reminded me of the Joker. He might be the Joker of the monster.
Was the Joker.
Yeah, because spoiler alert, he dies.
Yeah, he gets frozen like a fucking popsicle.
Yeah, which I'm not gonna lie. I understand that they killed him in the end because Godzilla and Kong, they're not like any other character who are gonna just let their enemies.
No, they're gonna kill the fucker.
Yeah, but part of me would kind of like Star King to still be alive, just so we can learn a little bit more about him.
Well, here's the thing. Comics.
That is true.
Because whenever a new movie was released, Legendary Studios, I think with Dark Horse as well, releases a slew of comics to expand upon the movies.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm not sure if they did one for this one, but I hope they do.
They'll probably release it sometime later this year.
Yeah. Which I will admit though, there's one plot point that I'm kind of confused with. So you remember when they're in like the temple where they're looking at all the old like texts of the Hindu tribe? Dr. Andrews, she's reading it, and she implies that Godzilla was the one that like banished Star King to like the depths of the Hollow Earth. But I thought it was his ancestors that did battle with Kong's ancestors.
Well, here's the thing. Godzilla is millions of years old.
Yeah.
And we already saw in the very first Godzilla, which, if we remember back to Godzilla 2014, we saw the Mutos in the corpse of the Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been, I think his name was, let's just call him Gojira. He has an official name, but let's just say he's Gojira.
Yeah. Wait, the father Godzilla or
the father Godzilla?
Okay.
Right. So Gojira, he had the Muto eggs implanted in him, and he died. I'm thinking that was the Godzilla responsible for fighting and defeating Star King the first time.
Yeah.
Because we see the new Godzilla, our Godzilla currently, never has gone to Hollow Earth.
Mm-hmm. Or, remember, like what they said in the beginning, the Hollow Earth and the surface world were united. So maybe that meant that all the creatures were on the surface. But after Godzilla beat Star King, it kind of led all of the monsters to migrate down to the Hollow Earth.
I think that's more of just not so much they were literally one and the same, but they were just in the same state of living as one.
It's starting to rain.
Pick that shit up. We're going to have to go under the awning.
Hold on.
We're going to move the review to the awning. It takes Geekapedea a minute to do shit. So, with that in mind, what was I talking about?
Godzilla's ancestors.
Oh yeah. So, with that in mind, what I think is likely is that Gojira was the one to defeat Scar King in the Hollow Earth. And then Gojira had to come up to the surface to deal with the Mutos. He got defeated by the previous Mutos and died. And then our Godzilla was left pretty much alone to fend for himself on the surface.
Yeah. That could be the most likely scenario, I feel. But this movie was awesome.
I know.
I cannot wait for the next one. The director, Adam Wingard, who directed this one and the last one, said he's already got ideas for the third one. He said, and apparently, this is like what I read. You know how this one and the last one were more Kong focused?
Yeah.
He said the third one will be more Godzilla focused.
I do. I had this thought in the back of my head with pretty much the entirety of this video, and I'm going to say it. Third movie, this is a prediction for the third movie. Fucking Space Godzilla.
Yes. We need Space Godzilla.
It's either going to be Space Godzilla or Destroyer.
Yeah, either one. I think, I'm not going to lie, I think Destroyer might be slightly more likely, but Space Godzilla would be the more fun.
Space Godzilla would be the more fan favorite choice.
Yeah, thank you. So, you got any other thoughts?
What's that plant one again?
The plant.
The giant plant that almost eats Godzilla, but then he says bitch on fucking atomic.
Oh, in the beginning? That's Skyla.
No, in the old Toho, the giant plant thing.
I don't remember.
I think that monster could also be, because it's an original Toho monster. Well, maybe we see the return of Mecha Ghidorah.
Mecha Ghidorah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they just rebuild Ghidorah as a robot.
Very well.
Or a Mecha Godzilla, Mecha Ghidorah hybrid.
Mechazilla.
Yes.
Any way you slice it, hack it, or stab it, these movies are fucking fire.
Yes. Monsterverse might be some of my favorite versions of Godzilla.
Very much. They pay homage to Godzilla, but also increase the lore.
And they do their own thing and make their own mark on it.
Very much. But I still want to see Space Godzilla in either 3 or 4.
Yeah. Oh, I think if they do that, I think 3 might be the last one. 3 might be the last Monsterverse movie. Which I hope it's not.
Well, the director already said he's going to do 3 or 4 of these things. But why would, if he used Space Godzilla, that would make it the final movie?
Because Space Godzilla's always been more of a Thanos level villain. Like he's like the kind of monster where you're gonna need everybody, especially with power scaling in the Monsterverse. He's gonna have to be souped up big time.
Oh yeah, no. If that's the case, yeah, it would definitely have to be Space Godzilla. If he showed up, would be the final boss, because while Destroyer may be a powerful Godzilla threat, Space Godzilla is every bit as powerful as Godzilla with extra shit.
Like, it's nuts. But there's just a lot of things they could do with the Monsterverse.
They haven't fucked up yet.
Yeah. And that's saying something, you know?
That's saying something in modern Hollywood with all its woke bullshit.
I don't know.
No, and this is a thing. You can look it up online, people. They have to meet quotas to hire people. It's not about whether they make good movies or not. It's what ethnicity you are. It's what gender you identify
I
as.
wouldn't say that part.
Oh, I don't give a shit. Outlaw Samurai doesn't care. I care about good movies. I don't care about agendas that have to be met.
Yeah.
That's how it should have been. Why do you think old movies do better, okay? Why do you think the Monsterverse is doing so well? It doesn't follow that bullshit. They put actors in roles that they fit. Alright? And you can disagree with me in the comments, okay? I just delete troll comments. I don't pay attention to that.
Yeah. Well, anyway. So,
Yeah.
anything else? That's about it for me.
That's about it for me. Overall, what's your final conclusion, Geekapidea?
10 out of 10 movie. Second best Monsterverse film. For me, it goes King of the Monsters, this one, Godzilla vs. Kong, Kong Skull Island, and Godzilla 2014.
Alright. My favorite is still Kong versus Godzilla, but that's the nostalgia factor. Because here's the thing, the year following the Godzilla vs. Kong movie, I had binge watched the 1980 original.
Yeah.
And it was like I was watching the 1980 original, just reanimated and remastered.
Mm-hmm.
So, GVK 1, GVK 2, and the rest of the prequel Monsterverse movies.
Yeah.
But there is something I want to see.
What's that?
I want to see a separate movie detailing Kong's takeover of the apes.
Ooh, like maybe they do like before Godzilla vs. Kong 3, they get the director of Kong Skull Island back, and they do like Kong Skull Island 2.
Very much. I want to. There's just so much that you can't put. It's not like Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's not meant to be a 4-hour movie, but there's so much you could do with Kong, and maybe Kong even gets a mate.
I can see that.
Like one of the female Kongs, like just tries to seduce Kong in whatever mating rituals they have, and we just see Kong Jr. And also, what if Shimo and Godzilla have a child?
I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
Just think about it. Shimo's confirmed. What? I still think that Shimo is just the female version of Godzilla's race.
I don't know.
But the males have fire, the females have ice.
Uh-huh.
But that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah, me too.
So until next time, my noble band of outlaws, Outlaw Samurai tells all y'all be crazy rednecks, be safe, use your weapon, and go see Kong, Godzilla vs. Kong, the New Empire.
Yeah. And this has been Geekapidea as well. Remember, subscribe to our channels, and we'll see you next time.
We're out. Peace.